Hey, what's going on, traders? So I wanted to run through the pairs. We got a lot, so let me just jump into it. USD/CHF. Looks like we jumped up. I don't know exactly why we did. This isn't something that I was looking for. I felt like there was going to be a move. I just didn't know the direction. And it looks like we really bounced here. It was crazy. We really bounced off of this level, off of fibs, or off of EMAs, and also the 618. So there was a huge move upwards. I didn't really see it coming, so I didn't get into it. Maybe we take it a little bit higher. Maybe we come down from this level. This is 3.8, so we're up there pretty high. And maybe we drop down from here. I'm gonna continue to watch it. As you guys know, I like to try to see if there's going to be momentum and if there's an opportunity to really cleanly come back to this level and bounce off. It's going to depend on how we got another hour before the new pivots print. It's going to depend on that whenever I jump in. So I'll keep a look on that. Keep an eye on that. It looks like I picked to get into this on the drop. I thought it was going to drop down from here, and let me make sure here I'm not tripping. Yeah, it's a 1 hour chart. So this is where I got in, and we're pretty red right now, but not so bad in my opinion that I actually want to get out of this right now. I do want to kind of see what happens. MACD says it's going to fall. It's not falling yet, so I'm going to watch it. I'll risk 1% for this one. I think we got room to drop. So it's kind of different than what I'm seeing in USD/CHF. I don't really know on that one. On this one, I feel like it's going to drop though. So, and that happens sometimes where you have two, one non-signal and then a signal on a different one. And maybe I can say that we'll drop from here. Yeah, I think we'll drop. We'll go lower with the USD pairs in general. So I'm going to look for a way to get in right here where this tail got to. So this is, I actually set an alarm right here, actually. Look for a bearish entry. Yeah, and I got touched here. So let me, I don't know if they're going to let me, yeah, they'll let me delete it. Cool. So I'm going to look for it to come up and kiss that line in order for me to take it short. And the way to get ready for that is this. Boom. I'll go to a higher time frame so I can really kind of shape it up. Let's see what's going to happen here. I think I drop down to like something like that. And we drop down to maybe here. And I go to 4 hour, try to see where the 50 is. Yep, I'm about right. It's a 3.5 move. I gotta be right though. I don't have a whole lot of room. You'll notice on top for my stop loss. Let's see if I can. Yeah, so that looks like that in real life. I gotta figure out a way to really manage the bars and how they look and stuff. I just went over and dragged, but there's a better way, I'm sure. I'll get to that later. Anyways, yeah. So that's what that looks like. And I'm picking that as a stop loss, which is pretty tight. It should probably be way up here to be real safe. But how I'm feeling about this play is if I'm right, I'm going to be right. If I'm wrong, then I'll just take my 1% loss. I'm willing to kind of risk that on this one. So notice, if you look at my other videos, if you've been following me for a while, you'll notice that I never risk more than 1%. That's something that was kind of drilled into me through Infinite Prosperity and Irek Piekarski and all that stuff. So it comes from experience that I feel that way and that I trade that way. I just want other people to realize that yes, you're going to risk 1% regardless of where this goes. This just is going to change my risk-reward ratio, right? Which is always going to be 1 to 1 or better, obviously. Because that's what we're aiming for. But this doesn't change how much I risk money-wise. I'm still at 1% every single time. Let me just make sure that that's clear. So no matter what, I'm risking 1%. Even if I'm tight like this, I'm risking 1%, but I can make 10 to 1 risk reward on that play, right? So I just want to be crystal clear about that. This ain't got nothing to do with how much I'm risking the red part. I'm capped at 1%. That's how I trade. That's how I do the math whenever I make my entry. We'll go over that. I got a course coming, so check the link in the bio to get on the waiting list or whatever. But yeah, I got a course coming where we're really going to dig into that. NZD, USD. This looks like it's moving down. It didn't react to the pullback. Kind of happened late. It was kind of weird. This is a weird pullback, but maybe I could have got in right here, and we would have bled, obviously, right in here. We would have caught the falling knife, really, is what this looks like, actually. We would have caught a falling knife, and that would have been really weird to enter there. So there's no entry there for me because it doesn't really match the way I trade. But obviously, there's money to be made here. Not a ton, and this is kind of we're right at on the fringe of where we probably should be. This is already closed out, so. But yeah, we're right on the fringe of where we should be anyways, and I would get out of this right now. If I had gotten into this, I would get out probably one of these bars. Or if I'm looking at it right now, not right now. It's not very much that you made though, obviously, right here. Anyways, yeah, so that's NZD. USD. Flip to NZD CHF. A little too sideways for me to jump in right now. Look at that. That's crazy. Very sideways. Wait for a direction. I'm going to wait for a big move, a big opportunity. It looks like the move was to move up over the past couple days. But it's not something that I really saw as blatantly obvious. It looked really big on the daily chart, but right here it doesn't look very big. And it started here and moved here. That's it. It's just within the fib levels. It's not something that I want to try to catch. It's just not part of the pyramid reversal strategy. It's a pitch. It's not a fastball. It's just something that I could swing and hit, but I don't want to hit that. I don't want to swing. Not on that one. Anyways, NZD-CAD. Kind of see what this one looks like. I see some crowding here, just kind of sideways movement. I'm going to look for it to go up to this key level or somewhere near it, and then give me like some exhaustion bars before we drop down. But no, I don't want to trade this pair either. I feel like that's going to be the story for all the NZD pairs. Yep, kind of sideways. Very sideways, almost even like a wedge shape. Let's see if I can draw a wedge in here. Kinda. Not the prettiest though, but NZD-JPY, y'all know I like this for this type of play. This is a whole different play though. This was just like a trend line that broke down and got narrow right here and then broke down. So similar situation, but not the same. Definitely not the same. This is why I like leaving my drawings on the charts and also being able to kind of look back and see where money was made or lost, because then I can compare stuff like that. So even though I'm not taking active positions, I'm still getting better as a trader, in my opinion. I kind of made this fit. So watch this. When you do these things, when you draw these lines, don't try to make it fit, man. If it don't fit, it doesn't fit. And you just got to play it that way, man. Here's what it is. Make it something like this. Try to connect the tops. That's it. So there's not really much here, but there is. So you notice higher high, higher high, higher high, and then it went down low, and then away, and then higher high, and then down low again to this trend line area. But it didn't hit the higher high. It hit an equal high. So now we got a double top right here. This is a double top, guys. I think we're dropping. I think we're about to drop off of this. I think we're going to play off of this trend line. I could even play off of this trend line right now if I was loose with, you know, my capital and how I wanted to play this. It would look something like this, just so you know. This is hitting a, I always talk about hitting a fastball and sometimes hitting a curveball. This is hitting a slider or something. It's a whole different pitch, whole different play, whole different setup. It's entirely different. And we drop down to maybe previous low. So something like this. 2% play. That's what that would look like. I play right here. And if you wanted to, you can make this tighter. Now you make 2.5. Still risking 1%. I don't know, man. It's a possibility. Look at all this we got to fight, though. Okay, so if I get in right now, which I could, if I get in right now, assuming that we're going to break through the 50 EMA for a 4-hour chart, which is pretty strong level, and we're just going to keep going. We'll break through this 200 EMA. It's so much, so many factors. We got a 250 that we haven't addressed here. It's a lot, man. It's not like it's a bad trade or anything. I'm not going to say that. It's just a slider, and I don't want to swing at it because I'm not 100% confident in my ability to hit sliders yet. I haven't practiced it enough. Weekly. I don't know, man. It could drop. Excuse me. It could drop from this level. Yeah, that's a weird one, man. You know what? I'll draw in a hypothetical just so we watch it and maybe can learn from this one. Just another pitch, man. Another pitch that we're learning. And just right in slider right here. So anytime I draw, these are, again, when I draw these lines, the only way that they're relevant is if like other traders are drawing these lines and placing trades off of these lines. Otherwise, it's just, I'm just a dude drawing lines on a chart. So you see how many factors and how crazy this can get. I don't want to use my same. I'll use this instead. This is the text I use for whenever we're taking either most of the time winners or losses. So I just want to identify this as a slider. Okay, let's keep going. Okay, GBP next video. Peace.